We are down to 3 to go in the 2017 Verizon IndyCar Series Championship with many still in play. Time to get it going for the last oval of the season, and here we go from Gateway.
Guys right down on the wall. Dixon was trying to slide down the wall. Newgarden goes for the lead. No, Will Power.
Power goes around, one of the championship contenders, and then up on his lid over the top is Ed Carpenter. Takuma Sato has also crashed. A major pile-up as we restart in the opening moments at Gateway.
So the surface was slick for Tony Kanaan, and it's slick for the rest of these guys. Will Power with a really massive mistake on the first lap. Don't know if there was contact or if he just lost it. But
I thought he was all by himself.
I would think so. He was ahead as they came to turn one. Looks like he's talking to the Homatro safety crew, which is a good sign anytime one car climbs right over on top of another.
And we had a clean day yesterday. We saw all kinds of crashes in practice and qualifying at Pocono, so that wasn't that surprising, but no problems yesterday.
Here's the thing, as we see Takuma Sato come to pit lane for repairs, when you come to a new racetrack, guys, the one thing you don't practice is being in second or third gear and getting after it on the throttle out on the racetrack. You never do that. You never have a chance.
It's big speed by Newgarden around the outside, and it was almost like a NASCAR type situation where he just sucked the air around on Will, because Will just went loose. We see go green, and Dixon's right against the wall, tight against the wall. He backs out, smart move, but here goes Newgarden around the outside, and it was like he just lost it all on his own. Cold tires.
That was a big move from Newgarden, and boy, Will Power is lucky the way Ed Carpenter backed up gearbox first on board with Newgarden. And watch this. How about this setting a championship tone? Big move around the outside. There goes Power straight around. I think he just picked up some turbulent air and chaos behind.
Yeah, Newgarden came down, took the line away from Will, cut the air off the front of the car. Not anything wrong with that move. He was completely clear of him, and it just pulled the back end of Will Power's car around.
And then Sato and Carpenter in reaction also get turned or turnaround.
I'll tell you what, Helio Castro Neves was almost into that. He barely missed that.
What is it about that section of track? That's exactly the same place that Tony Kanaan lost it on the warm-up lap.
Well, there's been no different type of rubber that, other support series other than Indy Lights, which we typically run with all the time as the support race. So track is clean, track is fresh. It's quite a bit cooler than it was in the afternoon when they qualified.
Not that much different than the first corner of Phoenix earlier this year, where there was 2 or 3 cars taken out, Michael Aloshin and Sebastian Bourdais, in a similar style accident.
So after Pocono last week, it appeared like Will Power might have had the momentum. He was climbing in the championship, but he's out before it barely gets started tonight. Watch every IndyCar and NBC race online, on tablet, and connected TV devices with the NBC Sports app. Download the app or find out more at NBCSports.com. You can be portable and keep up not only with IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, and so much more. Well, we have, raced about 2 corners, and we've already had 2 cautions here at Gateway Motorsports Park. Down to pit lane or the paddock area with Jan Bikas.
Yes, and of course, one of those involved was Takuma Sato. And we have heard from radio communications a lot of drivers talking about very difficult to get heat into the tires. And we saw that certainly in your case. Of course, you had cars spinning ahead, but was that an issue at the start?
That's everybody had an issue for the warm up the tires. That's the nature of the, obviously drop the temperature as well as fast, and had to brought the harder tire for the, the new surface, which is all fine. But then the wheel starts struggling, and then he had a wiggle, spun it, and I had to lift to avoid it. The moment I could go through it, but unfortunately on the behind, it was all checked up, and I think Ed had a problem and hitting me, and I had nowhere to go.
Now, you're not out of the race, even though we're talking, because they have moved the car behind the wall to do more work. Is it repairable?
That's the plan. We see how much damage we got, but then if we can fix it, the better to go back and learning something for the new venue, as well as we need to correct some points.
All right, waiting for his car to potentially be fixed, but wow, tire temperatures obviously played a big part tonight, guys.
Major developments here in the early going. Sato was one of those that had an outside chance at the championship. And there's Alexander Rossi. Let's go back moments ago and listen to his radio communication. He has some thoughts about what's going on.
It's pretty slick out there right now. Yeah, copy that. We're just watching Will basically just spun by himself there. So between TK and Will, I'd say it is pretty low grip out there right now. We know it's third gear on the bottom at the moment, so.
Yeah, it looks like, if anything, you might be able to be at least a full tire width off of the bottom.
Edward, we're glad you're all right. What do you think caused all that besides Will spinning?
I don't know. I mean, it was slick. You know, I mean, even warming up the tires, it was slick. I think, you know, probably just a combination of the rubber from the series down before us. We really hadn't run much after lights. You know, we'd run after them a little bit, but they just ran a lot, you know. So, I mean, even warming up tires, it was hard. But it's no excuse. I'm just bummed out, man. Like, this year just did not go well. I don't know what to say. You know, 2018 can't get here fast enough. Thankful that Fuzzies is behind us so much and will give us an opportunity to come back and be better next year. But, man, it's disheartening right now.
Thanks, kid.
And for Ed Carpenter, this is his last race of 2017, so an even longer wait for him.
Will, Ed Carpenter told us it was so slippery. Was it different rubber? What do you think happened?
It was just slippery. It was super slippery. I wish I'd done a few more burnouts to get some temp in the rear. But I mean, the front was very slippery too going in, and Joseph took my air on the exit, and then I spun.
So Newgarden going around you upset you a little bit?
Yeah, I just tried to get back to power. I got some dirty air, I think, and man, it just went unfortunate.
Glad you're all right.